Alright guys, it's Monday. Don't know what the date is, but I do know that it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning and I woke up 5 minutes ago. More like 15 minutes ago. But I stayed up pretty late watching a show. I've been spending my time watching TV series because I didn't have a book to read for the past 2 days. And within that process, I have finished one TV series, which was 10 episodes, 45 minutes. Not healthy. I've also got halfway through a second series of The Legacies, also 45 minutes, 6 episodes. So that's a total of 16 episodes that I've watched that are both 45 minutes in 2 days. I don't think that's healthy, but I have been cutting like TV off. Like I don't watch TV when I've been doing all this like reading. All I've been doing is reading books. So I'm okay with it, but I don't like the fact that like to think about that's how much time I usually spend. Like before I got into quarantine, like I read, but I didn't read as much as I'm reading in quarantine. And so I just don't like the fact that I'm thinking about that's how much time I spent watching TV on a regular basis, if that makes sense. But anyways, I digress. Let's get this video started with an opening. So I ordered The Darkest Legacies, which is technically the 4th book in the Darkest Mind series. It's a trilogy, but this is like an additional, and yeah, it also feels like a hardcover, and I'm pretty sure I ordered a paperback. I like reading paperbacks better. I think hardcovers are prettier, but I love reading from paperbacks. It's just easier for me, and also all the rest of the series is paperback that I have, so I don't want to mess it up. So if they sent me a hardcover, I'm gonna be kind of upset because I paid for a paperback. Anyways, oh, it's a paperback. It's just big. Oh, it's so pretty. So in The Darkest Legacy, we are following Suzume, which is Zu from the original series. So this is 5 years later, and obviously you can tell she's much older. It's what they're trying to display is her on the cover here, and it's so pretty. But basically it's 5 years later, and she has assumed a role in, like, not in the government, but as a spokesperson, talking about how PSIs should be treated and things like that. And then something happens and she has to go on the run, and she ends up with 2 other PSIs who she knows she shouldn't really trust, but she's starting to get to know them and go close to them and unraveling some things that are pretty dark about them. But pretty much everything in this series is pretty dark because this world is so dark. But I'm very excited to read this. I do think that eventually I will get through the dark, but both of these are something I'm really excited about, but I don't know how I'm going to do with the transition from reading from Ruby's perspective to Zu's perspective, and then not having Liam, Chubbs, and Ruby in the book, how I'm going to feel about that. But I think eventually I will pick this up. I don't know if I'm going to read it right now, but I think eventually I will get to it. But I'm thinking about starting the Maze Runner series, so that might be what's happening, or I might not start it. I haven't decided. But if I pick up this book, if I pick up The Darkest Legacies and not end up getting into it, I'm not going to force myself because I want to read it eventually and I don't want to push myself. And I think that there's a slight possibility that I might have drained myself of this series like too much. And so if that makes sense, so I think I might need to start reading something else. But I really want to start reading the Maze Runner series because that's also a dystopian series that I really enjoy, and who doesn't love Dylan O'Brien. I actually have 2 copies of the book, 2. But I do need to rearrange my shelves because I got new books. So, and there's 6 of them. So I need to rearrange my bookshelf. So I'll show you what it looks like now, and then I'll show you afterwards. Also, I got these new curtains. I hope y'all like them. They're for my closet, and for some reason having them covering my closet, this was a plan like originally from like when I moved in, because I hated the doors. We took the doors on and I was going to put curtains up, but my mom's had these curtains for like a year and she just hasn't made them, but I really like them. They look good, and she's working on making my window curtains as well. some of them are up. She just needs to trim the bottoms. But yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I really like them, and I think I might like film my videos in front of them because it's like a nice background. Like, I think they're pretty, so I think I'm gonna do it. So originally how I had it is I just had the singular Maze Runner book right here. Maze Runner book, oh my gosh, Darkest Minds book there. And then I had my 2 Maze Runner books here. And that's how my dystopian shelf looked, with a 1 non-dystopian book. That's gonna have to go. So now I don't know how to organize it because somehow I have to fit this down there with also the Darkest Legacy down there. And like my Divergent books are like at the forefront because those are like my favorite. Even though I haven't read them all, I know that's probably really bad, but that's how I have it. So I don't know if this is the best, but this is what I did. So I have like my Divergent series over here sideways, and then I put the Darkest Legacies and then like my original Darkest Minds copy down here. And then I put the box set right here, and then I put my Forest of Hand Seas, my Shipbreakers, and then my 2 Maze Runners. And then I realized that I also had the Book Thief up there, which is not a dystopian novel, and then I also had The Grapes of Wrath there. That wasn't a dystopian novel, but I did have The Hunger Games up there, and it just didn't really look like it went with everything. And I haven't read it, and this is like my brother's copy, so it's like awful. It's just like the only book my brother's ever read. He didn't even read the full series. He just read this singular book. And I think I'm gonna read it like eventually, but it's not something high on my to-do list right now, so I'm okay with taking it off of my dystopian shelf. But I kind of like how it looks, I'm not gonna lie. Alright guys, it is Wednesday. I did not film yesterday. Sorry about that. I didn't do any reading, and I haven't done any reading today. Well, that's a lie. I read the first page of the Maze Runners yesterday, and I realized it wasn't in first person, and then I got really angry and threw it. And I don't know if it's just me or if I'm like the only person who has like a personal vendetta over books not written in first person. Like, I don't get it. What is the point of a book not written in first person? Like, I personally feel like the whole point of a book is to read it and you're getting that main person's perspective, but when you have the main person's perspective, or you're talking like it, I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to express, but if anyone else agrees with me about books not written in first person make them really mad, let me know. I am cleaning my room right now. It is Wednesday and I have not done any schoolwork, and it's probably not the best thing, but I'm being really productive in like cleaning my room. I have to clean this side of my closet because my sister doesn't have a closet in her room. Well, she does. It's just really small, and it's full of my mom's creative memory stuff because it's become my mom's like craft room while she's been away at college, and she only stays during the summer. She's not here like during the year, so this side of my closet becomes her closet, and she puts all of her stuff in there for like work and like all these like all of her like fancy clothes for work because she works at a place that she has to wear like nice clothes. I don't know how to explain anything or why I have so much energy right now. Probably shouldn't have got coffee, but anyways, I have to clean it out so she can put her stuff in there. And I made my bed and I cleaned up my room. I have to put my own laundry away because it's just been sitting in a basket in my room and I just haven't done my laundry yet. And then I'm going to make a list of everything I need to do for school. I don't know if this is going to be like a reading vlog or more just like a vlog because I don't know if I'm going to start reading a book or not. I'm trying not to push myself with reading because I know I'll put myself into a reading slump if I push it too hard. So I'm not pushing it very hard right now. I think I'm going to give myself a break because I did just read 3 books that were pretty big for me, at least. They're not like fantasy books, but they're pretty big for what I personally read when I usually read 200-300 page romance novels for the most part, and not 500 pages of dystopian novels. Like, I have read dystopian novels, just like that was a lot, and so I think I need a break. I need a breather for a second before I dive headfirst into another series that I'm gonna get myself trapped into. So this is just gonna be like a vlog, I think, of just what I'm doing with my life. I think I'm gonna time lapse me like cleaning out and moving stuff around. At the current moment, my sister's room is a disaster because it's, like I said, it's my mom's craft room right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to clean it out for my mom, because I just feel really bad because like with like all this going on, my mom's not like, my parents are very much older, like they're in their 50s, because you know they're older, and not like most kids my age have like 30-year-old parents, when most kids my age are the same age as my oldest sister. So it's just like they don't know how to use technology as other adults right now, and so she's having to learn how to work from home and like working in the office, and it's just like really stressful, and obviously having to deal with me 24/7 instead of, you know, getting an 8-hour break from me every day. So that's a lot. And my sister's coming home on Monday, and coming with her is my sister and my sister-in-law. So we kind of need to clean up that space because it's a disaster. So I think I'm gonna, as soon as I finish cleaning up this closet, I'm gonna go in there, and I guess I'll take y'all with me because, yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be reading, so it's gonna be like a vlog. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy that. And I'm gonna be a little ashamed of showing you what her room currently looks like, because I'm literally telling you it's a disaster. And it looks like a disaster only because there are a bunch of totes spread out around the room, and then there are things on the totes. I don't know if any of y'all know what Creative Memories is, but it's just basically like a scrapbook kind of thing. And so my mom used to be like a salesperson for the company, so she has all this stuff that she's accumulated and like all of our pictures. And so she was trying to get to some of it during this like past year while my sister's been away at college. So now the room is a little scary. But I think I'm gonna take care of it for my mom because she has a lot going on, and my sister's gonna be here on Monday, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's in 5 days. Okay, so this, I'm gonna show you the room. It looks worse than it is. I promise you, it's not that bad. It looks like a lot, but really, it's just a bunch of totes and pillows and blankets. So this is my TV. It's just temporarily in here. And then we have an ironing board, and then this is all Creative Memory stuff. And then that's just all pillows, and then more Creative Memory stuff, and more junk that just needs to be sorted through. So it's really not that bad. It looks like a lot, but I promise you, it's not even going to take me a day to finish putting this back together. So I'll show you what I do. Okay, so I've removed all of the totes and everything that has to do with Creative Memories out, except for what's here on my sister's dresser, and then my mom has a couple things in her dresser that I need to get from the dresser into a tote. Oh, I'm bleeding. Hey guys, so it is Friday. I did not film yesterday because I didn't really do anything. I haven't been feeling well. And this morning I woke up with like a massive headache. And so I've just been laying in my bed all day, and my mom just came in and made me breakfast and brought it to me. It was super sweet. But I don't have any plans for the day other than I have to do some schoolwork because I haven't done any schoolwork all week. But like, I'm not feeling well at all, and so I don't know if I'm gonna get anything done or not. But I also need to finish cleaning my sister's room because I haven't done that, and it's still pretty messy even though I got all the totes and everything out. And yeah, that's all that's going on, other than the fact that my hair is doing weird things. But yeah. Okay, so I'm sitting here going through some of my parents' like papers and stuff, and I thought I would just talk and chat with y'all because I don't really know what this vlog is going to be, but I thought I would sit and chat with y'all and talk to you about cards because I'm going through this pile of stuff that my mom has, and there's like a bunch of pictures and like stuff like that in here, but there's also like a crap ton of cards, and I just feel like I should share with everyone my opinion on cards. Not that anyone asked, but I feel like it's needed to be said. I literally hate cards. I find them to be useless pieces of paper that we save for some reason because they're sentimental or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know about y'all, but like when I go to the store to pick out a card, I'm like, it's usually a last minute thing. I'm not putting a lot of thought into it, and I'm running around the store, and it's just like not a sentimental thing, and then you just like write your name on it just because someone was like, yeah, it's their birthday, like whatever, da da da. Like some of them like have messages in them, and I'm like, okay, fine, you can save that. But like there are literal cards in here that people just like write their name on it. I'm like, why? This one doesn't even have a name. It just says, love, sweetie. Sorry, it's late. Who is this from? Who is this from? This is an entire stack of cards. Just cards. Why my mom saved them, I don't know. Oh, this is also an entire envelope of cards and pictures. I don't get it. I don't get the purpose of saving cards because they're not sentimental. Like, and most of them are just like dumb. Like, Born to be Wild. Like, and I'm not trying to be like whatever, or I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna spend a time on giving like someone a card, why not make it a personal card? Like, why not draw them a card? Like, there are cards in here that my siblings made for my dad, like before I was born, you know, and like they're like drawing stuff. I'm like, okay, fine, like that is sentimental and that is cute, and that was something I would save. Of like, if my kids made me that, I would save that or whatever. But like, cards are just so dumb. They're a waste of money. They're super expensive for like no reason, like absolute no reason. They're expensive for no reason, and I'm just like, I would much rather get a sentimental gift than anything else, and maybe that's just me. But like, for one of my birthdays, my best friend literally just wrote the story of how we became friends in a card and gave it to me. Like, that is the best gift someone could like actually give me, is like taking the time to do that, and it's like, and just do that because like that's actually like sentimental and things like that. And like, instead of a stupid like, oh haha, this is funny, and then we keep it for 20 years and it's just a waste of paper, it's a waste of money, and it's just like a waste of time. I don't know. That's my opinion on cards. But like, it's also fun going through all of this stuff because like I'm seeing pictures of like things like before I was born, because my parents are 55 and 56, so me and my oldest sister are 16 years apart, and so my parents had 16 years. Well, I think my sister was 3 when my mom met my dad. So they had 13 years before me of like life that happened. Like, that's a lot of life. And then me and my oldest brother, who's like formerly my brother, are 10 years apart. So it's like crazy to think that my parents had like 10 years of life before I was even born. And like, my dad used to be a youth pastor, and like my dad was a pastor up until like I was 1 when my dad stopped being a pastor. So there's this whole life of like my parents that I've never seen. Like, my siblings grew up with my dad being a pastor and being a pastor's kid, and I grew up with the dad who worked at AT&T. So it's like very different. So it's really cool to like see these pictures. Like, my dad was a pastor, and like this is a picture of him like at a wedding. He would like, I don't know how many people my dad has married or like things like that. And so it's just really cool to see like all these pictures of like their life before me. It's very interesting. Alright guys, this is gonna be the end of the video. It's actually Tuesday, and I didn't film an end to the video because it's just been a crazy weekend, and my sisters got here and everything's just been crazy. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, and I'll see y'all later.